Alrighty, so we just watched Total Recall for the second time in my life. I have not seen this movie in probably about, I don't know, 2 years, but maybe. I also haven't seen this video that you're watching in the same amount of time because I drew this picture and recorded this video when I watched the movie years ago, and then I just never recorded the audio. So, Total Recall has been on my mind a lot lately, and I was like, maybe it's time for a rewatch. And even though I know this channel is called Crappy Movie Frames, I really seemed to have put a lot of effort into this drawing. You see me, I'm erasing. Do you see the lines? Like, I don't know why I was going so hard, but I think I had fun considering the way that I'm like sketching this out. I think I had a good time. But Total Recall, I actually had a really great time watching Total Recall. Now, as I was watching it, I started to sort of get memories of how I felt when I was first watching it. And when I first watched this movie, I was so annoyed with how sexualized Sharon Stone's character was. Maybe it's just me, but I just remember being like, why is she like always so sexy? Like she's sexy, like obviously, but there was just something about it that just really annoyed me. I wasn't that annoyed about it this time. I think because I knew what was coming, but I was still like annoyed because I was getting those flashbacks, and I'm like, your husband just woke up from a bad dream, and your solution is to have sex. And I'm like, I remember the first time I watched the movie, I was like, did a man write this? And I'm like, I'm sure the answer is obviously yes. Now, granted, Total Recall is based off of a short story written by Philip K. Dick. And there's not a day that doesn't go by that I literally do not say to myself, we are one step closer to a Philip K. Dick society, a Philip K. Dick world. I mean, like, come on. Like, between this and Blade Runner, I have not seen Minority Report, so I cannot report. But I will once I have checked it out. But in terms of like the technology and even some of like the reasoning behind things in Total Recall, like in the film, if you're not familiar, in the film, the main character decides to go to this memory, this fake, this, what is it? It's like a memory planting company that plants memories of vacations you never took into your mind to save you the hassle of actually going on a vacation by just putting the memory in your head. And it's like, okay, our main character, Arnold, that's not his name. What's his name in the movie? It's Quaid. It's Doug Quaid. I almost said Dennis Quaid, but I knew it wasn't so. But Doug Quaid decides to go to this recall place. And when he does, he wants to go to Mars. He's been dreaming about Mars. And they offer like the secret agent sort of like going to Mars with the mindset that you're a secret agent. And it's like, okay, cool. But then they're like doing the brain shit to his head. And he's like, you're blowing my cover. La 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 la. Or whatever. He just starts freaking out. And it seems like they might have tapped into his brain that had memories erased. It's a crazy thing. But I could totally see something like that existing. I said all of that to say that. Like, I could see, like, in some future, you could do something like that. To a degree, we kind of have that with videos. Wow, that eye is looking crazy. Actually, both of them are. Maybe I'll fix it. We'll find out together. Um, oh my God, what was I saying? Um, Total Recall. Oh, the memories. I could totally see human beings doing that now. To a degree, we do it like watching videos, like POV videos on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Just watching things from people's perspective kind of gives that. It's not really a memory, but it can kind of give the sense of that to a certain degree because you get to experience the content from the person recording's point of view. But like actual memories in the movie, they were saying like your brain wouldn't know the difference. Babe, why would I do something like that where my brain can't at least tell the difference? It's nice to have that boundary of knowing something is a fantasy. That's just my opinions. But this film is actually pretty good. Like it's actually fantastic to be real with you. I forgot how violent it is or graphic. I can't tell which is the right word considering the special effects we use in today's action films, but it was kind of a lot. It was kind of a lot. Constant shootings, constant like I would it's definitely not gory in the least, but the blood is it's a very 80s colored red. That's the only way I can truly describe it. But it was very entertaining. Like I'll give it that. And whenever I watch movies now as an adult, I wonder to myself, would this be a movie my mom would not let me watch? I was allowed to watch many things as a child, but there was very specific things I was not allowed to watch. And I don't think Total Recall would have been one of them. But this movie was actually really good. I think what really fucks me up all these years after I've watched it and even now, where I'm like, was he really like a secret agent or did he like just lose his mind? Now, I had the same sort of predicament watching Shutter Island. I feel like they kind of go in that same territory. Is the prisoner right or is the prisoner wrong? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I see now after many years talking about Shutter Island very quickly that Leonardo DiCaprio's character, I wouldn't say a prisoner, like I guess like a patient or whatever at the asylum. But I don't know. I don't know. For a while, for many years, I was watching that movie and I could not tell that he was a patient at the asylum. I thought he really was like drugged and they like did this to him. Talk about a mind fuck. But let's focus back on the movie that I'm doodling, which is Total Recall. The movie was actually really good. I keep saying that and we're not talking about anything. It was interesting to me is that I can't really figure out why I chose this specific screen, this specific scene that I'm doodling. Do you see that background? Yeah, like the the trees. Like this scene is in the beginning of the movie before anything action packed actually happens. This is before he Doug Quaid decides to go to recall to get the Mars vacation package, and he's talking about it with his wife, and she's kind of like, well, maybe you should just go to Saturn. Not even like the recall thing, but she was like, why would you want to go to Mars? Like, we could go to Saturn, like actually physically going. Oh, look at me taking this so seriously. Look, I'm doing swatches now. It's me having no memory of doing this. And it's so funny that it would be a guest check that I'm doing it on too. I wonder what restaurant I was working at the time. Anyways, um, yeah, so in this scene that I'm doodling, they're basically talking about like Mars, right? And he was just watching the news on this very screen that has all these, well, it's supposed to be a nature background. That's what I'm coloring in right now. It's supposed to be a nature background. He was just watching the news on it about Mars, and let me tell you, their news is so graphic. Like they were literally showing people just having a straight up shootout on the news. And I'm like, whoa, can we like, I don't know what happened to censorship. I guess it doesn't exist in 2084. Ooh, how far is 2084 from now? It's 60 years. Oh, God. Get the fuck out. Wait, how old will I be? 60 years. 60 years from now, 60 years from now. I will be, ooh, I'll be 80. Like, why can I not do the math? It might be because I'm a little high. If I'm 27 and you add 60 years, that's 87. Yikes. That's so old. Oh, look at me. I'm really trying to add some sort of texture to whatever the fuck this is. If you watch the movie, you'll see how ridiculous this drawing is looking. But I put so much hard work into it. Like, it was supposed to be shitty. And funny enough, it still is. Well, oh, what really fucks me up is like, is Quaid really a secret agent? Like, here's the thing with the movie, it's like there's several options. You could have it to where Doug Quaid is the new persona after a secret agent named Hauser decides to erase his memory so he can go undercover and locate this mutant who is like some sort of psychic being that's leading the rebellion against the top dogs that are hoarding all of the oxygen on Mars? Or is it that Doug Quaid, he used to be a secret agent named Hauser who had his memories erased so that he could go undercover to figure out the location of this mutant person, but he's making the big dogs think that he's on their side, but he's really not on their side. I only like it's so confusing, and I don't even know if I made any sense because it's like there's those two things, and then you have Doug Quaid as a regular, schmegular bitch who had like some brain difficulties after going to this recall place for a vacation at Mars as a secret agent, and his brain is fucked up, and he's a regular guy going through psychosis. There's that. But we just can't accept that because he dreams about the love of his life, who he's disconnected from the memory erasure before he goes to recall. So we know that he definitely was with Shouty, but whether or not he was really like plotting and scheming to take down these rebels as an agent for this oxygen company, this I don't even know, y'all, like it's very complicated. Like there's a lot of pieces going on in this movie, and every this is the second time I watched it, and I'm like, I think he is the agent. Like I'm sure he is the agent. Oh, pause. I definitely kind of slay drawing the wife on the left. Like she looks fantastic, and actually I did a good job drawing her outfit. And when I was rewatching the movie, I was like, I think I remember drawing that outfit. Look at me trying to blend shit. Like Gabby, it's Crayola. It's Crayola. Crayola, whatever. It's a crayon. It's a colored piece of wax. Um, this movie is not confusing. It's very entertaining. You just get to choose your interpretation you'd like to stick with by the end, which I would assume is the fun part with movies like these. I have something to say. The cab driver that was driving around Doug while he was in Mars and getting like shot at and chased after, I was really upset that they made the only black guy in the movie be the traitor. Fuck that. I was really upset about that. I mean, it's neither here nor there because, it's just a movie. But I'm like, what was the reason? And because they asked him, why you're a mutant. That he's not a mutant because he's a black. He's mutant because he has like some sort of. The only way I can describe it is it looks like a arm of a creature you'd see in Men in Black. That's the only way I can describe what the fuck his arm was. So he was a mutant, and he was like, I got 4 kids to feed. Mind you, the whole movie he was talking about, I got 5 kids to feed. And so Doug was like, what happened to your fifth baby, And then the black dude was like, oops, his name was Benny, by the way. And then he just was ready to start shooting at people. And I'm like, yo, like, wait a fucking minute. Like, can you answer the question? Like, because you're not making any sense. Why are you shooting at us and killing, he killed the mutant. Oh, we got to talk about the fucking Oracle mutant bitch. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. And we have to talk about it because I completely forgot what the fuck it looked like. And it was like, imagine, like, oh my God. I remember I was trying to remember what it looked like, the little mutant that's like the oracle that's like leading the rebellion. I was like, is it like a blob or something? I couldn't remember which movie had like the blob. And mind you, there's a lot of sci-fi movies with blob characters. And it was not a blob. It was like, imagine a tumor on the belly of a man that has a beer belly, and Chucky's head is on it. I just touched the mic with Chucky's head on it. And I touched the mic because the mic is in the exact position on my chest where the head would be. I was watching it on Amazon Prime, and his shirt looks like it has sprinkles on it, like a cupcake, like a Halloween cupcake. Anyways, and Amazon Prime has like the little did you know trivia, since we no longer have DVDs to give us bonus features. They was talking about it took them like 15 puppeteers to manage that little puppet thing. That thing looked fucking disgusting. I was so disgusted, and it was so gross to look at. And I understand that we have standards that we want to meet for a sci-fi film, and I promise you they definitely fucking made it. Imagine my surprise. I was trying to watch this movie again, and I couldn't find a streaming service that I already had to just watch it casually. So not only did I have to rent it, but I also saw that there was a remake made, I believe in 2012, but Colin Farrell. There was another name. Oh, Bryan Cranston. Cranston. I don't know how to say his name actually, but Malcolm in the Middle and Breaking Bad dude, my boy. He's my boy, but I can't say his name. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, there was a remake. So I'll have to tune in at some point, but I'm definitely not in the mood right now. This first one, diabolically great. Diabolically great. This doodle I did, too much effort. Too much effort. It still looks like shit. The wife is the best part. Look at that outfit. But it's called crappy movie frames for a reason. I like how the cup is see through. Do you think we're gonna color it in? Probably not. Probably gave the fuck up. Oh my god, the comparison is terrible. Oh my god, make it stop. Oh my goodness.